welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your boy Rogers, multiple scholarship winner and awards. If this is your first time on my channel, please just kindly click the subscription button below or the notification button so that each time I upload a video you can be notified about it. So today I want to bring and clarify some very two important components which are usually requested for when you're applying for be it a scholarship or you're applying for grants or you're applying for positions. And this component is these components are very important, and they carry majority of the weight in the selection criteria, and that will be a motivation letter and a cover letter. So I recently had a chat with one of my mentees, and she asked me a question like, what is the difference between a cover letter and a motivation letter? And it is at that point that it occurred to me that, oh, this is usually very confusing. So the differences are pretty clear for me. Yeah, I could tell the differences, but a lot of people find them very confusing. So these are the simple differences which I brought up based on my research and my own personal experience. The cover letter is usually used mostly when you're applying for a job or you're applying for a position, like for example a postdoctorate position or a research associate position, and so on. While a motivation letter is mostly used when you're applying for a scholarship to join a certain level in the university, be it like a master's degree level or a PhD level. And usually both of them, the components are almost similar, but the difference is that in both of them you need to have so much experience to be able to write each component. So the first one is, which I'll talk about, is a motivation letter. So the motivation letter is made up of three parts. You have the introduction, the body, and the conclusion part. The introduction, you have to state who you are, stating your name, where you graduated from, and if you like, what you graduated with. Is it a first class, second class, third class, and who was your supervisor? Then in the body part, it is a part where you have to sell yourself as much as possible. So in this part now, you have to state about your achievements, what you've achieved so far, your history. Don't go talking about your family, no, it's not necessary. Your history as far as your research, your thesis. If you're applying, let's say for master, you mention what you did study at your bachelor degree level. For PhD, mention what you study at your master degree level with your publications. It is at this part. So, and you have to make sure you align them with respect to the to the position or the major you are applying for. And thirdly, you have to mention what you will contribute when you get into that program. What are you going to contribute? What will be your contribution? But in most cases, because when you're applying for masters, you've not gained a lot of skills, so your contribution will be a little bit minimal. So much attention is not usually being paid for that in that scenario or case. So lastly, the conclusion part, whereby you have to end politely. You could request for when can they contact you for maybe an interview or a call or so, then you end it. That's a motivation letter. And in some cases, a lot of scholarship boards will restrict the number of words or the number of characters you need to write. But no matter how you go about it or the rules, you have to ensure your summary engulfs these three parts, and do not exchange them. Like sometimes I find it pretty annoying when someone has to start motivation letter by stating what they are interested in, just going straight to the point and saying, I want this, I want that, I am applying because I want to join your lab for this. I feel like you need to introduce yourself first. Let the person reading get comfortable with you before now you get into stating what you want. Then that is for the motivation letter. So if you follow it this way, trust me, you write that winning motivation letter. And then one third thing which is very important is, once you write your motivation letter, always endeavor or make sure you send it to a third party who you really trust, to have a secondary mind or third eye to to read and cut your T's and Y's. And I know most people will usually be very shy to share maybe with their peers or whatever. That's why we all need that mentor, to share your paper with, to share your motivation with. Then when you come to a cover letter, it's the same pattern, but in this case you have to be more detailed, and you have to really state your publication history, your achievements, what skills you have, because it's a job, so they are willing to look at what skills you have, how are you going to contribute, and how would you benefit once you graduate, or once you're done with that position. Because a lot of people, a lot of recruiters or a lot of scholarship boards will want to see how much you can express yourself, how much skills you've got to bring on the table, and how you will benefit from all of these. So they are usually very important component, in as much as your credentials, be it graduating with a first class or whatever. If you don't write a good motivation letter, your probability of getting that scholarship will be 50%. I can assure you that. Then that goes the same with the job you're applying for. Probability for you getting it is 50%. So writing motivation letters and cover letters, it's something that it takes years. It's a skill you take to build, and it requires a lot of patience, and it requires you to do a lot of research before writing. But if you start writing them early enough, just a basic form which you can customize most of the time and use, that'll be good. But do not forget to share with someone who you trust, for him or she to read and help you correct them. In my own cases, I have a lot of mentors. I won't say a lot of mentors. I have few people whom I usually send my motivation letter to them, and they will nail me with a lot of strong comments, and then I'm going to correct them and improve them. Again, there are specialized organizations or companies who are just specialized on writing motivation letters and cover letters. So if you want your motivation letter or your cover letter to be checked either by me or by someone in my network, don't feel to email me. I'm going to attach my email in the description box below. So if this video has actually helped you, just give a thumbs up, and otherwise please write your comment below and share, so that I can read and motivate myself and the audience. And once again, I'll be uploading my next video, or I'll be recording a next video about the Commonwealth Scholarship. So I'm doing a lot of research of that as well. It's an amazing scholarship granted by the UK. So I'll make a lot of inquiries about that, because I haven't had that one. I haven't applied for Commonwealth before, but it's really pretty complex scholarship to apply for. But I trust you. With my guidance and with advice from my friends and pals, you'll get it. So if you haven't subscribed, again, like I said before, hit the notification button. Peace out.